So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome tonight to some more AOR F4 action tonight. My name is Sam, I am a commentator for tonight, and co-hosting alongside me is the wonderful Jamie Morris.
Hello Sam, how's it going?
Everything's going fine, Jamie. That's the same question every week, but everything's going fine, I can assure you. How about you, mate?
Not too bad myself. We're in some amazing track in Canada, the most difficult one out of all of them. And personally for me, I don't like it myself because I'm on a controller, so it's hard for me to stay consistent around here, and it's hard for me to keep out of the walls. So let's see how the drivers do here tonight, and hopefully we'll have a good race on our hands.
Yeah, and obviously 14 corners around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal in Canada. 14 great corners as well. Of course, you have three action zones really here. You have the first two corners of I think that's Virage Senna. I do have this data, by the way. And then my next action zone I would go for is the hairpin at turn 10 or Le Pingle. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I've just been informed it's full dry as well. And for that certain person, he's really happy about it. And of course, the third action zone, the most important one, is of course the Wall of Champions, which is actually known as the Quebec Wall, but I mean, the reason for it being the Wall of Champions is pretty obvious. 1997 and 1999, we've seen Jacques Villeneuve in the wall. Michael Schumacher in the wall in 1999 as well. Damon Hill in the wall in 1999. And of course in 2011, we saw Sebastian Vettel bottle it in the wall there as well. So obviously, round 10 tonight of the AOR season is season 19. And we have quite an interesting... apologies about that. We have quite an interesting run into the season, you know, Jamie, because we've got the top 5 right now, only separated by less by 30 points. So actually, 5 drivers today with the win, they can actually go top of the standings, Jamie. And that is the Tubby Ninja, Mr. Nathan, Dane Star, Ben JS, and Mark CP. Mark C99. It is Mark CP in this lobby, but it's Mark C99 I've got on here. Right, so you've got 5 drivers there, Jamie, all separate, who could all go top tonight. Any one of them could go top. Right now, Ben GS is in second place. Sorry, Mark CP is on top by 2 points. I got a little bit confused there, but it is Ben JS who is the person who has been the one to beat. I thought he was on top, but apparently not. It's Mark C99 who is still in the pits. So who we got first on board, Jamie? I don't know. I need to put all my stuff there because I've been too busy talking about the track.
Let's see if two McLarens work with each other again, Mr. Nathan and Ben JS, because remember in Germany what happened? They both collided with each other. I don't know whose fault it was. I don't want to really judge, but let's hope if those two can work together again, and we should be a good race for Ben JS. Ben JS is really consistent as well, so let's see if he follows that in Canada.
Yeah,
Daystar, as you said, another one. He's also a good driver as well. So is Mark's CP99. And who was the other one you said?
The Tubby Ninja and Mr. Nathan. Them two are also in that running.
Tubby Ninja has been there and not been there. So let's see what he could do tonight.
He's on 69 points right now, Jamie. The person that... yes, shush. Right, he's on 69 points. Mark CP in the lead of the championships on 92. Like I said, there is a possible chance of the Tubby Ninja being on the pole position going into Austria. What I mean by pole position is lead of the championship. But he would need quite a lot of different scenarios to happen. He would need pretty much all the top 4 to crash out, to be honest, or not get points. And I say that, Jamie, we talk about the Wall of Champions, right? And obviously the Wall of Champions, that is a very luxurious wall. You've seen loads of people, like I said, I've given a few examples there, as Puma sets his first time at 1 minute 10.2, and that's already been beaten by the Tubby Ninja, who sets a 1 minute 9.2 on the softs. It's not bad. What
lap you expected, Saddlelad, here?
Well, I expect it to peak, because I do talk to a bunch of the guys in here now. I've become quite aware of some of these guys and their pace, and I've been speaking a lot to Tim Wentig recently, and he's telling me he can do lap times of 1 minute 7.5, which would be very interesting if he can get them. Because right now it looks like that would put him on pole. Anyway, I'm on board with Schnitzer right now as he comes across the line. What time is it going to be? A 1 minute 9.5 up into 7th. Not a terrible lap, but he definitely has got a lot of improvement,
Mr.
especially if
Nathan.
we're going to get laps of a 1 minute 7.
Mr. Nathan comes across the line next. Third place.
Third, yeah. So all just doing banker laps at the moment, so let's not take them too seriously. Who have we got next across the line? Speaking of Tim Wentic, he is not the closest across the line. Who we got? Where is Mark CP? He's at the start of his lap. And I think we have got Tim Wentic actually further on his lap, so we're going to go on board with him as he will come down to turn 10 now, and that's Lepingle. Coming down to that corner. I am so sorry if I've said that completely wrong. A little bit of a lock up through the hairpin there, but I'm not going to worry too much. Now he's flat out until he reaches the wall of champions, the final 2 corners of this track. And let's see what lap time he could do. And let's see if he has got that magic to get a 1 minute 7 already. He's always looking pretty good, you know. A big look up out the final corner there.
Ooh.
Yep, a little slidey. But what time is it going to be? A 1 minute 8.5, that still puts him on pole by 3 tenths, you know, Jamie. And we saw out that final corner, he was very edgy out of there. So a lot of time to make up, but that is a stunning lap to start off for Tim Wentic, I must say. But however, Mark CP, I haven't seen much of Mark CP, but what time is he going to be setting? It's a 1 minute 9.6, the current championship leader. Down in 11th right now, he probably has had a few mistakes. And like I said, a lot of drivers, especially in F4, would probably be a little more cautious about the obviously this track, especially because it's very chicaney, if that's a word you can really use. There's a lot of chicanes in this track. There is, I believe, 4 chicanes in this track, and obviously a hairpin. And obviously with those amount of chicanes, in fact, there may actually be 5 if you count turn 1 and 2 as a technical chicane. I wouldn't personally, but in my opinion, you've got a lot of chicanes here, and who knows what will happen with them as well. Who we got on a lap? Is Jaco on a lap? No, he's not.
Dane Star and Sam D on their out lap on the second straight. Keep an eye on them. J. Cole's not on a lap, like you said. Mark, is he on a lap? Yes, he is. There he is. But he's run out of fuel, so I wonder if he will complete it. It's 3 down the straight. I don't know. He's not on a lap time.
And we'll see how these guys do. There's no, there is no actual real times being set at the moment, I presume, because like I said about Tim Wentic, he said that he'll be able to set a 1 minute 7.5. He's been setting them, and I don't want to put the pressure on him at all, but he's a second off right now. So I suppose these are just a really big banker laps. We've got Samadi, the first person on the second lap, it looks like, because I think he did invalidate his hard lap or medium lap tyres. I can't really see that because it don't show his best. I think it was the mediums because I think it was Puma on the hards, and as you can see, he's down in 15th place. But Samadi now coming through the first sector. It's a purple first sector, Jamie, so it's a good first sector. Big lock up though.
Lock up here, yeah.
Big lock up there though. So probably got the commentator's curse. We've been very popular with that this season, I'll tell you that, Jamie. Coming into the third chicane of this track, and
it looked like he took it very cautiously through there.
Yeah, third chicane through this track, and now on to the hairpin then. And this hairpin is very tricky indeed. You have to be very good on the brakes, especially in the race conditions. Maybe not qualifying conditions though. In race conditions, you could easily lock up there and go wide. I am being told that it is going to be a full dry quali and race to probably many drivers' relief. And going down to the final corner now, we have Samadi on a lap, and it looks like it's not invalidated as he will come across the line. It looks like it's going to be a 1 minute 10, no, 1 minute 9.6 there, Jamie. So that moves him up to 30th place.
That lap, look, he's doing it very cautiously, that lap. As Dane Star is a 108.4 on his first flying lap. That's a good lap time from Dane Star. More to come from him next time round.
Yeah, we have a few comments in the stream, Jamie. I'll just check that. Bear with me, my internet from my phone for some reason is absolutely shocking. And I don't know why it is in any sense of the question, but it takes a long time to load things up. And I still have no question why, really. Who we got next?
Hip-Hop Relay went into 4th place. I don't know how you say his name. Now I'm on board with Ben JS. He has done turn 3 and turn 4. Nicely done from him. Now coming down into turn 7. Very easy to lock up a breakthrough here. Now I could be careful on the exit of this corner not to lose the rear. important to get traction through the car, through that corner.
And
Now coming down into turn 9.
Simu goes up to 3rd place. I just want to mention, going to Benji Esto. I'm going to go on board with him, Jamie, as well, and you can continue.
I continue, so coming down into the hairpin then, brake late, at the 100 metre board. I thought he would go wider than that, not try and clip the apex, but try and straighten up the car as quick as possible. On the loud pedal. I'll put it down into 4 to get the extra straight line speed of the power from the car. There's his teammate ahead of him. I don't know if his teammate's on his out lap or in lap. They're both coming towards the final 2 corners, take a lot of curb on the final 2 corners. Nicely done on the throttle away from the wall. And he comes across the line to set 8.7 and he goes up into 4th place. Nice lap time from the McLaren driver.
They were both on a lap, in fact, Jamie, so you were wrong both times. They were both on a lap. Mr. Nathan, I don't think did improve, but he's still there in 8th place. ILR Team Matty right now will be the next one to cross the line, I believe. I think that was Schnitzel who just crossed the line. We've missed that.
Yep, it is. We're up to 6th place.
We have got ILR Team Matty down in 18th at the moment. Interesting through here. Everyone's set a lap though, which is good to see, Jamie, with 10 minutes to go, except for Jerry. But ILR Team Matty moves up to 14th, and as you suggested, look at the Renaults, and I can't look at the Renaults at the moment.
So
because
basically Mark had a lovely slipstream off of his teammate and he goes across the line to go up to 6th place.
P6, good result for him then, up into P6, but that's probably not what he wants exactly compared to a bunch of other. And we have a few comments here. We have Gallon saying hello, go Tim. We have Indigo saying hello, Gavin. And we have Callum Anderson saying hello as well. We've also got Bastian Harfold. Which driver do I need support? Support any driver you like, mate.
Support everybody.
Support everyone if you want to. Yeah, like Jamie just said, support everyone. We've got Sneaky Ninja, but he has invalidated his lap, Jamie. So no one probably going for a second lap here. Maybe KLB?
Yes, Tim is. I'm on board with him.
Oh, Tim is going for a second lap. Let's have a look then. Tim is up on his time there, Jamie, very narrowly. But let's look at this lap. No lock up there. No, looks like no mistakes. But on the straight now, like I said, Tim said that he could gain a lot of time. So we will find out if that is true, Jamie, in this session. But through the chicane we go now. I did say about the 2 Alphas. The 2 Alphas have been on the pace recently. So watch out for them. And that's a big watch out for McLaren as well, who have been a little bit throwing the toys out the pram on each other recently. Let's go back to Germany, obviously, 2 weeks ago, sorry. And look at that. More slipstream given for Tim there. May have compromised a little bit. He's hit the wall. He's hit the wall a little bit, but I don't think that's going to care because I know he did have a bad wall of champions, but coming through there now, that's much better than last time. And what time is it going to be, Jamie? It looks like it's going to be in the 1 minute 7s. No, it's not, but he does go back pole position, Jamie, with a 1 minute 8.3.
Those 2 alpha males on the pace, 1-2. They had a good result in Germany, I believe. They had a double podium, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a double podium as well there. I think Dane Star won, and I think Tim was 3rd, if I am correct. I've got Sama D on a lap. I don't think anyone else is on a lap right now, so let's just stick aboard with him.
He's backed out.
Yep, he has backed out, as you've just said that, Jamie. I literally just heard that. And now I think we're going to get a little... We could see a little bit... Actually, in fact, we may have just seen a toe from the Alphas, or no toe at all. But Danestar right now is 1/10 up right now. Almost 2 tenths here. He's got it all to gain in the last sector then, as he will come down to turn 13 and turn 14 then, Jamie. Bit of a long straight here. This is the Casino straight, if I am correct. And now down to turn 13 and 14, the illustrious Quebec wall, or obviously known as to all of us, the Wall of Champions, or the Champion of Wall, if you like, as Danestar goes pole position again and steals it from his teammate. And Samadi, as you said, he backed out with his lap. He's not going for another one. Well, the Tubby Ninja then. He's gone purple in sector 2. I do know there is a glitch, so I will be aware. But the Tubby Ninja, a 1 minute 9.2 right now, down in 17th place in the Ferrari. And like I said, still a championship contender. He'll need to be better than 17th on the grid if he really wants to keep in this championship fight. This is not what he wants. He is the unlikely candidate to maybe win the championship, but he is a little far back. What time's it going to be? A 1 minute 8.4 there, and up to 3rd place, but no one touching the Alphas right now. I don't know where Jamie's gone, but I do know that Jamie has to go quickly at 8:30, but I don't think he'll have to go for good. So don't worry. You are here still. Anyway, Jerry is the last person to settle up. Bastian, the championship leader right now, is Mark C, but it is very, very close. Only 2 points between him and Ben JS. There's a big championship fight for the top 6 right now. You've got Danestar in third with 81 points as well, 11 points behind. The top 3, actually, in fact, the top 4, because Mr. Nathan's there with 77 points as well, are the main guys. But we've also got the Tubby Ninja, and I've also included Puma. Even though Puma's far behind, he has obviously shown to have good pace this season in quali, just has not performed it in the race too much. But he does have a race win, as Jerry, I think, has now invalidated his lap. So let's go with J. Cole.
It's not saying on my screen, but your screen it says it. I can watch it in the stream right now. He's messed up a bit through turn 7. He's sliding his way into turn 7, but he's still continuing, and he's the only man not to set a lap time. So the pressure's on for the Haas boys as you head straight into the pits.
Yeah, well, I'm now on board with Puma, the only guy who's not favouring the soft tyres just yet. And in fact, I don't think he's favouring them at all. He does not have enough time. Unless he comes into the pits this lap, he may have enough time. But Puma down at the moment, down in 19th. He's on the medium tyres. He looks like a pretty good lap time here at the moment, but you got to respect that he is up from a 1 minute 10.2, which is obviously not been a representation of his season in terms of quali.
Sticksall on his outlap hit the wall of champions, and I don't know if he's got any foot wind damage.
I think he has. There's a bit of debris on the circuit. What lap time is it going to be a Puma? Oh my word, he's up to 5th on the medium tyres there, Jamie, with a 1 minute 8.7. What a lap time that is for Puma, and he is going to be a one to watch here, as it looks like, because at this current point, in my opinion, he looks like he's going for the mediums. And with those mediums, maybe he's trying to reverse strategy, even in the top 10. So I wonder how OP that will work out for him. Kimi is on a lap right now. Kimi was an interesting one this season. I felt like he's done alright. He's rather consistent. But I've actually looked at the championship standings, and he's not actually in the fight for it. He's actually with Tim Wenting right now in the midfield. With only 34 points. It feels like he's got more though, but apparently not. He's down to 40th at the moment. There's a massive lock-up going into the hairpin there. Yellow flags through that sector as well. Tim Wentig on a lap right now. I will cross over to that simply after. I'll just make a note of that. But Kimi now on the straight. Kimi on the straight. There's a Haas literally on the edge of the corner there. He needs to be very, very careful. But Kimi right now coming around the final corner. And what time is it going to be? It looks like it's going to be a 1 minute 8.8. However, Tim Wenting coming around the final corner. He's a tiny bit down here. It's going
to be a 7. Oh, no,
he's just missed it. He's just missed the 7 there, Jamie. But look at that. A 1 minute 8.1. That's pretty decent lap time. What about Ben JS then? One of the championship rivals to one of the Alphas. It's not Tim, though, who only is on 40 points at the moment. But obviously, if he does win this race, that is 65 points for him. And if he does get the fastest lap as well, that's 66 points. There's still 78 points to play for this weekend. Sorry, not this weekend, this season. And we have Ben JS on a lap. He's actually invalidated, so going off him. I have not seen this guy before. Hipari Late. I've never heard of him before. I want to see how he's doing. Doing all right.
Go on ball with Puma because he's had Mark in front of him for the whole lap. I don't know if Mark's on the lap time, but Puma is on a lap time and he's right behind Mark. He's been like this for the whole lap. I don't know if his Mark's in a different place for me or he's just generally there. But
I will check in a minute, Jamie. However, I've got the new Hipari Late coming across the line. I haven't seen him yet, but what time is it going to be? An 8.7, moving him up to 6th place. And as you said, we've seen this toe. I think the toe is actually coming from Kimi for Mark. However, Puma is in this train as well, you know. So this has benefited both. And what an exit that is from Puma, who's caught right up to Mark. Mark's made a little bit of a mistake, and that's a 1 minute 8.4. And you know what, Jamie? He is literally on it right now, Puma. And could be setting really good lap times. And Danestar gets pole position currently. But we do have, obviously, Mr. Nathan on a lap as well. He is down. Tubby Ninja, he is up by 1/10. So just stick with him right now, as Tim Wentic does retire. Danestar currently has pole. The Tubby Ninja needs 4/10 up. He's only 1/10 up at the moment, as he enters sector 3. Needs a good sector 3 if he wants to improve it. Probably could have got a better exit out of there. However, he's looking pretty good right now. There's a bunch of cars slow on the casino straight here. And hopefully they don't get in the way of anyone. We've got Ben JS on the lap as well. Keep an eye on that. As we come across the line now with the Tubby Ninja then, Ben GS doesn't improve, but what about the Tubby Ninja? A 1 minute 8.2 and moves him up to 3rd place, but once again the Alphas bossing it, 1 and 2.
Look at Puma's time, 108.4 on 3-lap old medium tyres it says, so who knows what he could have done on those softs, but he will be starting on 3-lap old mediums, and he will be going for the longest stint compared to everybody else. I think the soft tyres, I think they're going to take it 9 or 10 laps on the soft stint and change over to the mediums. And are they going to do a 1-stop or 2-stop? Which is it a 2-stop around here?
I think it's a 2-stop around here, Jamie. I think you can do a 1-stop if you were to go on to the hard tyres. However, it is a long stretch, and not many people like the hard tyres. And I think, oh my word, that's a Red Bull in the wall there. I think it's said mostly really by Puma. I believe he's like 2 seconds quicker on the medium tyres than what he was on the hards. Now, obviously we had to take into the fact there was maybe a mistake on those hard tyres, but he did lose a lot of time on those hards compared to the mediums, so does show that the hards are not favoured around here, so perhaps you are right, Jamie, that we are looking for a 2-stop, whether that's soft medium, medium, or in Puma's case, we're looking for a medium, soft. Anyway, now going into it, look how close the two Alphas are, these two now. Doing a rivalry battle. We've got Danestar on pole position for today's race. Tim Wendick in 2nd place. Less than a tenth separating the two. The Tubby Ninja in 3rd. We've got Mr. Nathan 4th. Puma 5th. We have Simu in 6th. Hipari on his debut in 7th. That's good for the Finnish driver there. 6 tenths off pole position, but in the Haas. Doing pretty well. Ben GS in 8th, JM in 9th, Mark CP, the championship leader, down in 10th, so not a good qualifying from him, but Ben GS already as well down in 8th place, so those two have got a big gap to fill, because we've got Danestar on pole position, who's only 11 points behind, and if they were the race results, Danestar would be leading the championship again. And well, I've already been told it's full dry, so I'm not going to say anything about rain. However, Jamie, if the clouds do not clear at the end of the race, if we have had a chaotic race, like we usually do see in Canada, actually in league racing, we do see quite a few retirements, and I guess safety cars as well. If we do get quite a few of them, there is a possibility we could see some rain right at the end.
What's your predictions for this race then, Sam?
My predictions, this is going to be a hard one. I know the two Alphas are, in my opinion, I know the two Alphas very well, and they're very determined, especially Danestar, knowing how close he is now to retaking that lead in the championship, and obviously taking that championship as well altogether. He's very close to them, only 11 points behind, and him setting it on pole does show right now that Danestar is in the driving seat and could actually end up being top of the championship by quite a significant amount tonight. Who knows? But as we will get underway for the formation lap, and this is very good for the Alphas as well, may I say. An Alfa Romeo 1 and 2 right now, and
they're in a comfortable position to work with each other, Sam, to stay ahead in 1st and 2nd. Is Tim Wendick in the championship fight?
Unfortunately not. However, if he does win and certain scenarios go his way, he could definitely insert himself in there. But he's a very unlikely candidate. We've only got 75 points to play for. He is on 40 points, and the championship lead is 52 points away. So he would obviously need some significant scenarios to happen for him to win the championship. But he could definitely take a drive towards the top 5, in my opinion. We do have Danestar, though, in the battle of the championship. We also have still a good battle in the championship for the constructors as well. Let's not forget, we have had McLaren dominate all the way through, but McLaren seem to have fluctuated a little bit, and obviously it's more evident to show here. Mr. Nathan in 4th and Ben JS in 8th, for example. And if the Alfa Romeos could keep going 1 and 2, they'll be there in no time. And in fact, a poor result today basically puts them on their tail. Renault as well have been relatively good, 126 points, 2nd in the constructors right now, and they're not out of it. And right now their two teammates are together, Mark and Kimi.
In the chat we've got someone supporting Kimi, and Kimi's down in 11th place, and Bastion says, I hope the race is going to be exciting, and I think it will be exciting, especially if it's the Canadian GP. Many things could happen here tonight. Do you think the two Alfa Romeos are going to work with each other, especially Tim helping his teammate?
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I know they're good friends, both them two. They are very confident with each other and both very intelligent drivers as well in their own right. Like I said, they'll be taking us around 35 laps around the streets of Montreal here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Obviously 14 corners as we make the run down to turn 1 and obviously turn 2 at Virage Senna. And sorry if I said that wrong. It is obviously French-Canadian as well, as we are in Montreal. But however, we will get this underway, just waiting for the lights to come on, as they do come on now. And hopefully now, Jamie, we can see it some good action any second now. It's a long hold, but we are underway. And who's got the better start of the two front runners? It looks like Tim Wentink here, but it looks like Dainstar's got a cover over him. And into the first two corners now we go. We got Dainstar on the outside. Tim's getting pushed there by Mr. Nathan, who's made a big jump up to third place. And look at Tim. Tim's got the inside line on Dainstar. And Tim takes the lead of this race. And Tim's got a comfortable lead ahead now of Dainstar. But Dainstar does have the tendency to come back. But is he going to sit behind his teammate? A little bit of desync between him and Mr. Nathan. That's not what we like to see. Really, that's not really helpful for us at all, because we don't really know how this battle was going. But Tim has got the start he needed, and you know what Mr. Nathan has as well, who's up to second place. But we have to take it with a light-hearted because of the desync. We don't really know who's in second place right now, but they are in a good battle, as it looks like. Looking further back then, Jamie, if we look further back, we've got JM leaving the session. We've got a few issues with servers usually on a Sunday night now. We've got Hapari late up into 7th place. It's been a good start for him, keeping his position. We have got Mr. Nathan and Dainstar going very close with each other, but the desync is not going to help us. And Tim, though, has got the start he wants, and now he has the opportunity to lead the pack. Now we have Dainstar and Mr. Nathan very close. We look further back. Mate. Yeah, Kimmy's obviously got some wing damage somewhere across the line. We look further back. We've got a good scrap here between Mark, CP in 11th, and Schnixel. And we've also got Mr. Nathan and Dainstar still battling out. We've got Simu, Puma, and the Tubby Ninja now fighting for 4th place as well behind. But the top 3 have got considerably ahead there, looking further up.
Further behind.
Further behind. We've got Puma down the inside of the Tubby Ninja there. I think Tubby Ninja's got away with that, but they're all over the place. And Simu here around the outside. Oh, that's not going to work there. And has Simu got damage? That's not helpful for us at all. I want to know if he's got damage.
I don't think he has.
And look at this, Hapari late up to 6th place, fighting with Simu there for 6th place. Simu a little bit more edgy out the corner, but look at Ben JS here now around the outside. What's he going to do here? He's got to sit behind Simu a little bit. You've got the inside for the Haas though, and I think Simu has kept his position, but Tim Wentink has done a brilliant job right now as he's out of the second already, and we've got Mr. Nathan still battling Dainstar.
We had a spinner, that was Blaricello coming out of turn 9, picking up too much throttle on the exit, and he lit the rears up at the spawn, and he's down into 19th place. Don't know if he's got it. Yes, he has. He's got full wind damage, unfortunately for him.
And we
have Sneaky Ninja's in the pits.
Oh, Sneaky Ninja's also got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. We do also have, I think it was Flaricello, like you said, in the pits as well. Looking at it now in the midfield, there's a massive train coming from 5th place. The Tubby Ninja in 5th place, the best of the 2 ninjas it looks like. I thought Sneaky Ninja actually had a good season, but apparently he hasn't according to the standings. He's quite low down.
It's just been fluctuated, I think, from different races. He might have a good race once, then the rest not so good, then it's just been fluctuating.
Oh, Simu's hit Tubby Ninja, and Tubby Ninja's gone straight into the wall there. And that is our first retirement of the days, and I think Simu's just miscalculated his brake in there and has swept right into the back of the Tubby Ninja, and the Tubby Ninja is not going to be happy about that, because like I said, there was a chance of obviously him going top of the championship. Well, not anymore. However, look at the front two, we've got Dainstar and Tim, but it is virtual safety car, so no overtakes will be made.
I feel sorry for the Tubby Ninja and the Sneaky Ninja. Both ninjas down at the field there. One of them's gone. Ben JS is in the pits, and so is the new driver.
Interesting. Hipari late. All of them going probably for hard tyres actually at the end. Ben JS favouring the mediums. They're actually all going mediums. You can do 2-stop here, obviously.
Do you reckon the hards are a bit too slow?
Well, looking obviously in qualifying, they look quite slow, but this has helped Dainstar out, by the way. because Tim has not been able to get away, but we are back underway. Danestar's caught considerably a lot, possibly caught Tim napping a little bit, so he's helped himself out there really. And looking further back, we've got DRS on Simu for Schnitzel, but Schnitzel's not going to close in at all at the moment. He want to sit behind for the casino straight just after the hairpin at turn 11 as they move into sector 3 now. And look at this train right behind. You've got a bunch of drivers here as well, and then there's a bit of a gap behind at the end of this train. I'm still focusing on the two leaders right now as well. These two are very close, and I know that Danestar likes to dive. Tim hits the wall a little bit, no wing damage though. Got 17 viewers watching us now, Jamie. This is very nice viewership right now. A very good battle for the lead right now.
Matty goes down the inside of Rich in the final corner. Nice move from Matty, and he's up into 9th place behind J. Cole, his teammate.
Yeah, and the two Red Bulls working together. These two have worked very well as well. And like I said, there's still a constructors battle for these two. But Schnitzel on the medium tyres, he's favoured the medium, so he obviously qualified outside the top 10. He's had a very good start. In fact, looking at that, let's have a look at start, shall we? If I could just find it. There's position change. Schnitzel up 6 positions there, Jamie. Up to 6th place. So that's what you'd want to see. J. Cole up 7 positions as well. And Matty up 9 positions. So the two Williamses have really pulled further up the field. So it's lovely to see them two. And we obviously have had a change for the lead as well. Tim Wentink and Danestar have swapped positions. But we all know these two are going to be banging with each other at the front. And they're already 2 seconds clear, Jamie. So these two working obviously very much together to get away from the rest of the field and then battle it out furthermore later down the line. Anyway, we do have still a battle for 5th place. We've got 4 cars in a train right now. Simu, Schnitzel, JM and J. Cole. So a lot of J's in that in that train, I must say. However, Simu there, a little bit odd on the exit. Schnitzel gets a 3-second penalty. First penalty of the day. No one's bottled it in the wall though yet, as many people would assume drivers would do. We have had only one Ninja did retire because he got hit by Simu, ironically, at the front of this train. But I'm sure it was not intended, but misjudgment of the braking, it looked like.
This commentary is awesome, one of the best, says Bad Boy Rico in the comments. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, very much appreciated all the delightful comments I get in this chat. Sometimes I always feel so thankful for, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I hope you do enjoy the stream more, because we've still got a lot more action to go with. We're a bit lackluster right now, but we will surely
Tim is weaving. Tim is weaving in front of Dane, so I wonder if that's indicated to let him go, or look, he's weaving again. So is that indicated? Oh, he's in the pits.
He's in the pits. He's in the pits. Yeah, that's very good from Tim. Very insightful for Danestar, letting Danestar know I am going into the pits.
Flaricello spun again.
Yourself. Flaricello. Oh, he spun, and he spun at that corner as well. You could really spin at the exit of those corners. It's not actually hard to do that, believe it or not. Tim does come out on the medium, so it does confirm, I think, the 2-stop for most people. The hard tyres could actually probably make it to the end, but I seriously doubt they will really be effective.
Oh, down the inside goes Benji, yes, but it hasn't worked for him whatsoever. Samadhi left him, shut the door firmly on him, and he remains in 12th place. Tim comes out the battle in 2 behind him, Samadhi and Benji, yes. He's in a bit of clear air, but ahead of him is KRB, Rich and Matty, who are all in a fight on the medium tyres. So, you know, they will go longer in the stint, and I hope Tim doesn't get hold up behind these guys, because we're all in a boring battle for 7th place. Ahead of him is J. Cole on the soft tyres. Probably pit soon.
Ooh, Matty.
For his strategy.
Yeah, I was just looking at Matty here. Rich getting very close to Matty right now. We've also got Schnitzel closing in on Simu. It don't look like he, but down the inside goes Rich here. Space given by Matty, maybe a little bit too much, but on the outside he stays in 7th place. So good for Matty, but we've also got KLB just behind. And KLB is not going to get it though, but Rich may. Let's look at this then. Rich coming down to the inside of Matty on the casino straight, and this should be a good move for the Toro Rosso driver, I would suppose. A little bit of a lock-up, but a very good move down the inside, and he'll also have DRS there, and you know what? KLB may get Matty himself as well. The slipstream though has helped Matty out, and that is why KLB has not got a move done. However, he is still there, and we'll have to wait and see whether.
Oh, look at that! It's close between BJS and Daystar. Daystar has just got ahead of BJS.
Well, this is going to be interesting now, isn't it? We've got Mr. Nathan down. If Ben GS got ahead, he could have actually had the opportunity to block out Danestar a bit, but I'm telling you something now, which is not good for Danestar. Look how much time he's lost to Tim Wentig. And also looking at Tim Wentig, he's just got past KLB as well. So he's
Turn
literally
7,
during this message now. What's turn 7?
He almost at the back of KLB in turn 7. Just got to be careful behind these drivers because they will carry less speed with all the rubber.
Well, Matty going on the grass, and Tim sends it down the inside. Yep, you had that. I'm sorry.
It's
anyway,
okay, mate. Now he's got DRS at the back of Rich.
And up he goes to position up to 5th place. He's doing what he needs to do. What about Danestar then? We know he likes to send it a few times. We've seen it in here. We've seen it in other leagues. Danestar, he loves a little bit of a dive, and let's hope if he could provide us with some action again. We've got Ben JS behind, though, which obviously probably would be trying to help his teammate Mr. Nathan out. And look at Danestar, ferociously defended, doesn't want Ben GS to get by, but Ben GS here on the inside, but he does back out of it slightly. Very good from the McLaren driver, but all this battling is only helping Mr. Nathan and Tim Wentink right now, as Tim decides to keep even further ahead. In fact, he's right on the back of Rich here, doesn't want to make any mistakes.
Coming out of turn 4.
And look at Tim, he's got an amazing exit on Rich. He'll have DRS as well. Surely Tim's going to get the position done on Rich, and up to 4th place already. So Tim is a man on a mission right now. Up to 4th place he goes, the Alfa Romeo driver, up to 4th place, and he's absolutely loving it right now, as his next driver on the list is J. Cole, who is 1.7 ahead, and J. Cole should pick this lap in my opinion, because the softs are going off, and the softs obviously have not favoured him at all in my opinion. Now they are going to be absolutely done and shot, and the medium tyres will be soon gone as well. We do have Rich behind, but Rich has fallen back.
Tim has helped himself a lot because he's put a car, well, he's put 3 cars in between. That'll make it 2 because Danestar's gone down the inside of KLB at the final corner, so make it 2. He's got 2 cars in between himself and Tim, and it's going to be even more of a struggle to Danestar to catch up to Tim. He needs to get past these 2 as quick as possible with these yellow flags. Oh, Marcus spun as the final corner.
Has he got damage? It looks like he has.
Yes, he has.
The championship leader there down in 16th place. Really, really unfortunate for him. And look at Danestar already in a second of Matty. He is a man on a charge right now. I said that about Tim Wendig as well, but both the Alphas really want to stick together, and Danestar obviously ferociously wants this win now. He obviously, if he's watching the stream right now, he would now know that Mark CP has made a mistake, and obviously he'll have to make another pit stop, and he's all the way down in 17th as well. That would encourage Danestar even more, and in fact encourage Ben JS even more as well, down in 8th place. But we'll have to just wait and see, as we've still got a long way to go in this race. We've got a bit of a train right now. This is not good for Danestar not needing the trains, but Rich looks like he's going to be caught by Matty, and Matty now down the inside. What about Danestar? He's just going to sit out, these 2 battling just ahead, but what about Danestar? Danestar's got a brilliant exit on Rich, and it looks like he may even get Matty as well. He's got an insane run on Matty, and down the inside goes Danestar, and there we go. Danestar gets up to 4th place, but look at Tim. He's made another charge, you know, and he's got past Schnitzel as well, so Danestar has another car to get rid of before he's literally on the same page as Tim. But Tim also is 7 seconds behind Puma right now, and I'm not going to cancel him out, by the way, because Puma is definitely, he could be on a mission as well right now. Although he's only 7 seconds clear, it could all change in an instant, of course, because he could decide to do medium hards. And I know what I said about the hard tyres, but this is Puma we're on about, who has shown pace throughout the season, just hasn't shown consistency. So Tim's
qualifying's been amazing though. To be fair to his qualifying's been amazing. That race pace. Ben goes around the outside of the hairpin.
What a move that is from Ben JS there. That's an absolutely smashing move. And Rich now actually in trouble from KLB as well. And luckily Rich will have that
look
DRS
at his EOS.
as well.
Look at his EOS. He's going to have less performance down the straight.
That's not going to help him at all. He's going to have the next straight to completely fend off KLB. And in fact, no he won't, because KLB, sorry, not KLB, Rich goes into the pits.
I feel so bad for Florigello. He spun again in the exact same place and he's stuck.
That's unfortunate for Florigello. He has been sent spinning quite a few times, of his own course that is, but this season has just not been great for him. Excuse me.
Bless you.
We've got Mr. Nathan closing in on KLB. One of the championship runners. Oh, KLB!
KLB sideways through turn 7. Nathan hit him. I wonder if he's getting full wind damage. Not his fault because I was expecting it.
Oh, we've got a battle. Set the one there. I think that was something to do with Williams and Jerry there. I'm not sure which Williams it was. It was J. Cole, but look at this. KLB's now got a run on Mr. Nathan after he's made a mistake at the exit, the corner. But Mr. Nathan's going to cover off well, and you know what? Mr. Nathan's going to keep the position into the corner.
And further ahead, Ben JS has overtaken Matty beautifully. Down at turn 10.
And we haven't seen that one. Ben JS actually looking on a very big hunt right now, maybe to catch up with the two leaders. We've got Tim taking the lead of the race now as Puma comes into the pits for soft tyres. So he's going for a very fast run, it looks like.
Medium, soft, and reverse strategy to what they're doing.
Nah, not medium, soft in my opinion. The soft tyre around 7 laps, Jamie. So yeah, I reckon it's a medium, soft, medium. Which is an interesting run.
So the softs really do die out then in this GP.
Well, yeah, Puma definitely would not like a safety car right now, in my opinion. I think if there was a safety car to come out, the person it would favour really mainly is just Schnitzel, because Schnitzel is not in the pits yet. However, he is losing a lot of time, and Danestar there showing it a lot, able to brake later. And look at the throttle, Danestar looking much more stronger than Schnitzel right now, but Schnitzel keeping his hold of second place for now. But down the casino straight will be a little bit different, a little bit of locking up there for Schnitzel, maybe from the rears as well. Of course, a little bit of an understeer, but Danestar is all on his gearbox, as he's actually going to route round the outside, and that's an easy move for Danestar into second place. And now he is going to be on the charge for Mr. Tim Wentig, who's got 3.5 seconds clear. Oh my word!
Look at that. Yeah. KLB's just been mugged on the straight. He's been overtaken by 2 people. He goes to the pits anyways.
Oh, look at that! That's that was Hipari late going I think through the corner, deep in the corner there of the Wall of Champions, cutting the corner completely. Didn't get a penalty though, but that is Puma up to 6th. And let's not forget Puma is on a charge as well for these next probably 5 laps. He possibly could slot himself into 4th place, maybe even 3rd, when Schnitzel decides to come into the pits. But interestingly enough, up to 6th place is a very, very good position now for the Mercedes driver.
Yellow flag somewhere, I'll check that for you.
That is set the 1. Is that what's that, Renault or something?
I think it was Floricella who slowed down to let the leader go.
Oh, Ben GS down the inside, and there we go, Schnitzel. And Schnitzel's mediums looks like they're absolutely shot right now. It must look like as Ben GS got that move done pretty easily, and it weren't actually long ago until Danestar was battling him only a lap ago, and he's already made 2.8 seconds, almost 3 seconds up of that time. And now Danestar, of course, on a hunt of Tim Wenting in the lead by 3 seconds right now, with a dominating performance, but still 20 laps to go here. Believe it or not, we still could see a lot more action on the cards. Look,
Tim Wenting in 1st place, had a comfortable lead over Danestar. 3 seconds is the gap between the top 2. I think the pit stops changed it all a bit because they did rejoin in traffic. Tim managed to get rid of the traffic quick as possible, while Danestar had to take his time getting through the traffic.
We see Puma now right on the back of Mr. Nathan, and look how much these softs are helping him. Yeah, those yellow flags. I don't know what was going on there. I know the 2 Red Bulls are very close together. We will go to that in a second. But look at this. This should be a move on for Puma. Maybe not this corner.
Oh, Schnitzel.
That'd be interesting.
That's a bit of a wind damage.
He is going to go for it here, Puma. Down the inside he goes, and that's a very good move. And well done to Mr. Nathan as well for having perseverance.
Oh, no.
Never mind. And now Puma has been hit by Mr. Nathan, and I'm sorry, but that was Mr. Nathan's fault in my opinion. I went aboard with him.
I only flickered onto him, and I don't really know what to say.
Turned Puma into the wall, and Puma is going to be absolutely livid with that, who was having a very good race, and Mr. Nathan up in 4th place. But a lot of gaps have been formed, and now let's look back at what you said. This battle for 12th place right now, not a big battle for now.
Schnitzel has got 4 wind damage, remember, so he will struggle through the corners.
Oh, he has. I didn't even notice that, Jamie. Well done on noticing that. We got KLB there. KLB Oh, that wasn't KLP. That was Flaricello, who was side by side with Schnitzel there.
Do you know what?
Um,
I think Snixel got the full wind damage when he came out of the pit, so I think he went wide, coming out of the pits and hit the wall. That's what we saw the yellow flags for, then managed to get back on the track. But his teammate overtook him. So he's got to be careful in those long corners not to brush the barriers, because he will get more full wind damage and ruin his race.
Well, that was probably what the yellow flags were for, Jamie. So you're very, very right indeed, in my opinion. But we've got Kimi right now down in 14th, trying to close in on KLB. We've got a few gaps further up, unfortunately. We haven't seen too much action going on in this race. Big cut of the corner there from Kimi, but Kimi seems to be pushing the limits right now to get the most out of those hard tyres before they completely go off. Got KLB in front of him. We've got Schnitzel here, still challenging JM, by the way. But as their teammates, I wonder if Schnitzel's going to really bother. I wonder if he's just going to sit behind and use it as sort of like a tow sort of thing to keep him up in this position right now. We've got Simu, who's broke into the second gap. We'll keep an eye on that. We've got Kimi, who's just got a 3-second penalty. But right now, Jamie, we haven't got too much action. I'm going to tell you something. What now? We could see a lot of action very, very shortly. We've got
that midfield battle.
We've got Haparile and Simu. We've got midfield battle, obviously, like you said, for 12th place, but I don't. Sorry, for 11th place, but I don't really see anything happening there. But we have got Simu closing in very quickly on Hippolyte here. Hiparilate, sorry. As he will come into the corner now, and is he going to send it? No, he's not. Good move. He has got a whole straight to go before he comes down, obviously, to the Wall of Champions, Champion of Wall, Quebec Wall, whichever one you prefer. Although it has been obviously very famously named in the F1 community simply because of who's been in that wall. But let's not think about that for a moment. We do have Hiparilate coming into the pits, and I think that is the first medium runner in for his second stop. If I'm correct. Let's have a look at his stops. Yes, this will be his second stop then. So Hiparilate is the first one of the drivers to do that. And he should be able to go to the end as well. "17-lap old mediums," by the way, if he does stretch it. So he does have a long way to go, you know. Tim Wendink right now leading by 3 seconds from Danestar, who's leading 4 seconds from Ben GS and 4 seconds again from Mr. Nathan as well. Look at the gap from the leader though. You've got 12 seconds.
Look at Kimi. He's about to go down the inside in turn 7, which he does. Later on the brakes, he locks up sideways through there. KLB has overtaken him again.
Oh, and Kimi losing a lot of time out there, and he actually may lose it in the entire second. He does have DRS so to help him. Schnitzel still sticking with JM right now. What about Rich? How's Rich doing? He's catching up to 2 hard drivers, and Samadi, who is going to pit probably in the next 10 laps for soft tyres, I suppose. As my phone tells me I've got no connection, so that's not helpful at all, is it?
No.
Anyway, we have Schnitzel still sitting behind his teammate. We've got Kimi closing in on KLB again.
I think he just locked the rears. I think it's just too much braking input applied into the corner.
Yeah, locking the rears around this track is quite not that hard at all, because the tyres do heat up rather quickly, because obviously, like I said, this is chicane heaven. We've got several chicanes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. If you want to include turn 1 and 2, that's fine. That would be 5, but I wouldn't include it personally. And obviously I have no official say on that really. I don't know if it is or not. We do have Samadi holding up both Matty and Rich. This is a battle for 7th place. This is going to be interesting for Rich's point of view especially. He's on the mediums, these two are on the hards, and I said about the gap between the medium and the hards. Could be an interesting battle, but as we just wait for a little more action. Ben GS
in the pits.
Oh yeah, Ben GS in the pits. This could be interesting, you know, seeing Ben GS come into the pits this early, because we saw how effective that undercut was from Tim Wentink as well. May I just mention, he did have a very good undercut on Danestar.
Very powerful idea too.
It was like 2-second gap, weren't it?
Yep.
I believe between the two when it came out.
2 seconds. it was like they were very close to each other before the pit starts. Tim, we saw weaving on the straight to let Danestar know he was coming to the pits. When he got out of the pits, beautiful in lap. Danestar came in the pits. He was just well ahead.
I don't know what has just happened to Rich, but Rich has fallen very far behind.
Is he okay?
Matty, yeah, he's all right, but he's fallen quite far behind Matty. I know one of them's just pitted this lap. That would be Samadhi. You've got Schnitzer right now, who's got to defend from KLB right now. Two Red Bulls have been together.
Oh, hit the wall.
Oh yeah, I saw that. But we've got KLB close enough really to make a move on Schnitzel, and I wonder if he'll get him on the straight. And Tim has gone in the pits. You love calling them Timothy, don't you?
Is that his name?
No, his name is just Tim. You do love calling him Timothy though, but quite a common name in the Netherlands, as of Matthias and Feynman. I've definitely noticed, especially in this community anyway. I've seen a lot of Feynmans and a lot of
Maxes as well.
Well, yeah, Max though obviously is quite obvious for a reason, really, isn't it? Let's be completely honest. But I've definitely seen a lot of Feynmans and obviously a lot of and I have seen a lot of quite a few Tims as well, and I have seen quite a few Matthiases as well, and obviously a few Matthiases obviously in AOR. I don't want to name them just in case they personally do not want to be exposed.
Jerry's overtaking Sabadi. I think he just came out of the pits. Yeah, Sabadi just came out of the pits as well.
Tim has got by the way, Tim has got Simu here, and he's going to make a move, and up to third place Tim goes on Simu right now. And I'm telling you what though, Tim is in a very good position right now. Ben GS is still 5 seconds behind, and Tim right now does know that he's going to retake the lead because Danestar is in the pits. He's got very close to the wall there. Danestar and Mr. Nathan in the pits, and you know what? Tim is going to probably absolutely fly here right now. Let's just watch the times. J. Cole into second place right now, and Ben JS into third. So that's a very different podium right now. Actually, Ben JS is not into third. Never mind. But we do have Tim Wentic now at a lead of 4 seconds. We've got Danestar closing in on J. Cole. And look at all the undercutters work for Ben GS right now. 2 laps undercut, and now he's right on the rear of Danestar. Looking at Danestar's pace, I don't see Ben GS staying there. However, if he can't get past J. Cole, then Ben GS could take advantage. And look at this, he's already getting quite close to Danestar. We've got a battle for second place, but we do know that J. Cole has still got to come into the pits. There's a massive gap between Nathan and Ben GS. The two McLarens, again, very close to each other. We've also got Mr. Nathan in a battle with 2 other guys. You've got Matty and Rich just behind. I believe Matty is now going to the end, and Rich probably has to pit one more time. But Dane's now very close. Look at this, Ben GS right on the rear of Dane. Dane does get the better exit, but he has not got the better exit to J. Cole at all. And this is only helping Tim Wenting out right now, who's now 5 seconds clear of anyone. What a drive he is having at the moment. And this is a really good battle, you know. Oh, no.
Kimmy's gone. Kimmy
in the wall.
In the wall of champions.
Safety car.
He's
Safety car. Safety car. It is, Jamie. Apologies for calling over you there about Kimmy. He's crashing the wall of champions. And I'm going to say it's ironic because obviously Kimi Räikkönen, champion. Maybe not. He's maybe not hit the wall of champions, but that is a Kimi in the wall. Not Räikkönen, but it is a Kimi that obviously we know a Kimi is a very popular figure in F1 because of a champion. And I'm actually intrigued now, really, how this will spice things up for people like J. Cole, for example. I doubt they can stretch softs. Usually they have a pit thing to say they're coming into the pits, and it goes green. Anyone coming into the pits? Don't look like it. I know there is pit stop, people pit stopping. Mark CP reckons softs can go to the end, which is a very interesting risk. We've got a Williams in the pits. That'll be J. Cole. I'll be interested to see how he does as well. But as we do wait, we have 11 laps remaining, and we have a safety car here after Kimi. Finally, someone has bottled it in the Wall of Champions. So we've not seen any retirements. I said about the chaotic amount of retirements you usually see here in Canada. We've not seen that, have we, Jamie?
Nope. Only two have gone, but Toby Ninja, how did he go? I can't remember now. Did he get
He
spun
went for
around? He got spun around.
Simu, weren't it? He misjudged his breaking point, Simu did, and hit the back of Tubby Ninja. And oh, Danestar yellow, ignoring yellow flags, 5-second penalty there, and Sneaky Ninja disqualified for the session from ignoring yellow flags. I don't think he's actually been. I don't think he's been disqualified though, Jamie. No, definitely not. I wouldn't expect an AI to run that line. He hasn't been disqualified. It's just the game telling us he has been disqualified, but he hasn't. So no worries.
So Matty, Puma, Jerry, and Mark all going to the end on those soft tyres. If they do go to the end, not a pit again, then those tyres will be dead towards the end of the race, and they'll be struggling against those medium ones. So what they've got to do now is overtake the medium ones as quick as possible to make their strategy work before their soft tyres start wearing out in the end. But mediums could definitely go to the end, but the soft tyres are questionable.
And obviously, like I said, this gives me a good idea then, Jamie. We could just do a little bit of advertising for AOR. If you haven't subscribed already and you are enjoying this content, please like the video and obviously subscribe as well. And yeah, that is pretty much it. But you know, you can subscribe to AOR. And we've got 2 rounds left as well. Austria and Brazil, both very exhilarating tracks.
Very good
nice
tracks. I can't wait now. Can't wait.
Neither
Austria's going to be a good one, and Brazil, yeah, that could be a good one too.
And obviously the fight to the line for the championship still continues, and obviously with Mark CP down in 16th, it's obviously going to be a change right now. But is it going to be Ben GS or Danestar who will change the picture? And if these two do shock the system and crash into each other, we could see Mr. Nathan still go top of the championship. We can't see Puma, and we can't see the Tubby Ninja in my opinion, because Puma's down in 14th. And obviously the Tubby Ninja is out of this race, but we've got 4 major contenders right now, and obviously Mr. Nathan is Ben GS is in the best position to take charge of the championship, but Danestar with this 2nd place will close in, but he'll also close in, thinking about it, he'll close in on Tim Wenting, who has been dominating, but like I said, I know the nature of Danestar, I know what he's like. If he thinks it's worth it, he will go for a dive, and it's not a bad thing that he likes a lot of dive bombs or anything, not a bad thing at all. I'm going to tell you something now, because Dane can really make some amazing overtakes into some corners, and this is a track definitely full of overtakes. We do have another lap.
Dane's a star when it comes to overtaking.
He is a star when it does come to overtaking. If you also want to follow me and Jamie or find out more about me and Jamie ourselves, we do have a Twitter. His is at SHR Indigo, and I am just at Stompson 2702. I forgot my own at there, so if you do want to follow us, so you do want to credit our commentary through personal DM, you can do. So there's our Twitter handles if you ever so want. So there again at SHR Indigo for Jamie, and at S Thompson 2702 for me. So there you go, and obviously follow. While you're at it, why don't you follow AOR on Twitter as well? If you have not already, it's let me just get that at up. I always forget ats, trust me. Anyway, it's just at Apex on Racing.
You muted your mic, Sam.
Fell out of its socket, but yeah, again, that is at Apex on Racing. Just to give them a nice follow there as well. And obviously, if you want to watch more action from AOR, you've also got F2 and F3 on now from the PlayStation side, and you've also got Xbox on as well if you do want to switch over. However, you do not want to miss this action, ladies and gentlemen. You've got 9 laps left, and I tell you something now, we have seen some very thrilling and exciting action here in AOR F4 towards the end of the race. And don't be blinded by the name. These drivers are very quick, and these drivers are also very, very, very good at what they do, and they're very, very smart and intelligent and get the moves done as well. So like I said, do not miss out. It's going to be an incredible run to the line in my opinion, and safety car in this lap as Jamie said, and it'll be Tim Wentig who decides when to go, as he is on that top position right now as he warms up his tyres. When will he go, Jamie? I predict at the end of the Wall of Champions. And in fact, no, he hasn't, just before, just at the start of it, and he has got underway, and straight away he's got a good launch, but Danestar is keeping with him, and you know what, Danestar, I said about this, he likes a good dive. Bit too far for him right now, but as we said, it'd be a good dive if he got it. He didn't get it though, obviously, and there's no point risking everything just at this moment. But yeah, as we said, Tim Wentig does lead the way from Danestar then on the restart. A very good restart though from Ben GS, keeping in third place, and Mr. Nathan. And I wonder how these teams will work together, obviously. Two teams at the top of their game right now, both McLaren and Alfa Romeo. But we have seen the McLarens have been in a bit of a feud with each other after Germany. However, let's see what happens here as these two are now challenging each other. We've got KLB moving up positions. We've got the two Toro Rosso switching positions as well, Simu and Rich. And we've also got Hipari late. I'm not sure about that, but he did look for something on Rich there. And he's got a good exit on him as well. So let's see what he can do. The hash driver then. Rich moves to the outside. Hipari onto the inside. Rich breaks much later than Hipari, and Hipari backs out of it anyway. We've got Mr.
around
Nathan.
the outside of turn 10, but Snixel stays ahead of you. But people on those soft tyres expect it to be much quicker. The Snixel gets a better run out of turn 10. Now side by side on the straight, which will back out. Look at that straight line speed from Puma. He's ahead before the corner of Snixel.
Yeah, we have a few people moving up and down. We've got JM going down. He's disconnected, unfortunately. Hipari late just made a move on Rich.
Down
You know what? Look at
Matty.
that. Yep, I just saw that as well. And Matty gets him down the inside here, and that's a very good move from Matty there. I think he made a move up on Samadhi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've also got the two Mercedes anyway making moves. We've got Puma, who's just made a move on KLB, and maybe on his teammate as well here. Looking at it, the soft driver is definitely on a run, but he has backed out just for now. It's a very good run, but look at that. There's a bit of a gap to start to form. We've got Matty and Rich going side by side for 8th place right now. This is an interesting corner to be battling side by side, but it looks like Matty's got the move done easily, and the Williams driver up to 8th place. Both Williams have favoured from that safety car, because J. Cole now is in 5th place, and he's definitely running to the end
Look
now.
at Puma. Look at the two Mercedes. Oh, a bit tight through there. Too tight through there.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter. They have ghosted, and Samadhi has not worked well at all, as he's now got Schnicksel a little bit aggressive there for Samadhi, almost pushing Schnicksel into the wall there. But they do get away with it. I'm telling you something now. The two Alphas are not giving it up still in the second. We've got someone coming into pits. That is Rich. He decided not to come into pits in the safety car. That has ruined his race pretty much. I'm going to be honest. I can't see him doing much now, but look at this. Schnicksel and Samadhi now battling for what would be the last point. We've also got Jerry in here. Jerry, who has got a few points already this season. We haven't seen Casper score points, but Casper's not here tonight. He's been reserved in for Vlaricello, I believe, because I've seen KLB here every week, so I'm assuming he is a full-time driver. Moving further up though now, we still do have Ben GS keeping with Danestar. Danestar keeping with Tim, but Tim has got a considerable gap enough to say that he's going to be leading this race for a little while longer. But whether he'll lead it to the line, who knows. We've still got 12 people watching. Be sure to stay active in the chat. We have not gone from the chat. We will still read the chat. We'll still read messages if they are sent in. And obviously, if you want to, you can leave your predictions here. We'll be fine about that. What are your predictions for the rest of the race? As Mr. Nathan picks up a 3-second penalty there. Not good for him coming into the end of this race. You don't want to be picking up penalties now. We do have Schnicksel and Samadhi, by the way, battling down for 10th place. Oh my word, 3 wide. 3 wide there, and I think that's Mark CP involved as well. Mark CP coming for a really good recovery drive, and they're going to go 3 wide into the corner, and Mark CP gets the move done, but he's gone very
goes
deep.
Off the track.
Yep. He's lost the position again, and now he's got Jerry, and now he's actually got to fight back again. We've also got Sneaky Ninja up into 14th place there, and I think he gets a bit of oversteer there out of the corner. We've got Puma closing in on ILRT Matty, and they've got 5 laps to go, these soft tyres. But they will eventually go off and die, in my opinion. I think that's the wrong decision from them to go onto the soft tyres.
Same here, mate. I think those tyres will die. Like you said, they don't go very long in this race.
Well, I'm telling you something now. Let's have a look at the battle for the front right now. We've got Tim Wenting and Danestar here battling. Tim right now is not going to worry too much at the moment, but Dane is keeping there. That is something that Tim would not like to hear. Tim's got a way better exit out of Wall of Champions. So down to turn 1 he will go. But Danestar getting closer, you know. And I'm telling you something now, Jamie. This is not to miss at the end of this race. These two are absolutely going at it. We've got Mr. Nathan also sticking behind Ben GS, who's lost a little bit of time. He will close in with these two battling though, and obviously if he does close in, and these two have an incident.
Mark has got full wind damage. He hit the back of Samadi.
Oh.
He broke later than Samadi. Has not worked. He hit the back of him, and as a result of that, he picks up a bit of full wind damage.
I'll tell you something now. Matty and Puma are on the charger. Matty almost go right in the back of Hipari late there. That is going to be a name I'll have to become accustomed to. I still don't know what it is. But still, Hipari late now in 7th place. The Hash driver is going to be a little bit more exposed to these soft tyres right now with Matty. But obviously, we hopefully should see some overtakes from him very soon. But is Matty going to try and send it? He's going to stick behind just for now. And so is Puma. We haven't known Puma to dive it, but they've all dived pretty cleanly, I must say. And very, very good drivers they have turned out to be from the start of the season especially. And look at this now, Matty getting the move done nice and easy there. And what about Puma? Puma probably will have to wait a little longer, but Matty's got it, and Matty will have also the DRS as well on the next corner.
Of course, the corner gets a penalty. Gets a bad exit, and Hipari gets a better exit. Look at Puma as well, waiting in the wings behind both of them. Hipari would go around the outside into turn 1. Yes, Jerry's beside safety car.
Safety car there, and I think that is Jerry who's gone into the wall there, Jamie.
Haas.
Oh,
Haas
it's
has not really had a good season.
Very strange one. And I think the wall's out as well, Jamie. I think the wall's out as well. Look at that. Yes, it is. And we know what the wall has done to many people, especially with the no line, the navigation, obviously. You had to take a lot more precaution. But we have
I really hope no one goes to that wall.
We should be having the safety car out for one lap, Jamie. And then it is basically a sprint to the line now to who's going to win this race. And I'm telling you something now. Keep your eyes peeled for Matty and Puma, who should be making up positions now because those soft tyres can go an extra distance. Those at the back as well, Rich and KLB, those softs are not going to die. And Vlaricello, I think he's disconnected, so it don't matter. But KLB and Rich have been invited back into this race, you know, and I can't say there's enough, Jamie. They could be actually getting points here, despite their race seeming pretty hopeless. That just depends on how long the safety car decides to stay out.
Depends how many laps they've got, but let's not forget. Remember, Haas has had a bad season, not been scoring many points. Look at Hipari in 8th place, on course for some good points.
Very on cast for good points at the start on his first race as well. Although actually, Jamie in AOR F4, I haven't not seen him before. I don't think you have either. So you know, a very good debut in my opinion. Up into 8.
Welcome to AOR.
Like I said, I'm very interested to see how these soft runners do, especially the two right at the back. And obviously, the soft tyres could actually be shot for the drivers near the front. They are able to save them a little bit more though. So like I said, watch out for Matty and Puma. And also watch out for Jacob as well. There should be no difference though. Is safety car in this lap? Yes, it is, Jamie. So I said about that. I don't think Rich is going to get there. He may get there. But Tim Wentic once again, for the second time, he will be the one to choose when to lead, and KLB's got a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. That's not what you want to get, not at the end of a race with a safety car, and especially, like I said, watch out for him, but not watch out for him.
I can feel something dramatic happening here. I don't know why, I just got that feeling.
Well,
who is going to win the Canadian GP, Daystar or Tim?
Well, no, we've got to think about Ben JS, Mr. Nathan, J. Cole as well. It's not just the two alphas, although they have been on top.
Look at Daystar gets a terrible exit. Mr. Nathan.
He does. And look at this. No, the two McLarens are still there as well. And look at that. They're going to launch an attack on Daystar.
No.
Oh, they've got desync. That's not helpful. We were going to see something absolutely amazing, it looked like, but desync has not helped us. But look at Mr. Nathan then. He's going to go side by side. The desync's not helped us, though. Unfortunately, so we're not going to see that battle, but Tim has got what he needed to do, and he's 1.2 seconds clear ahead, you know, and I'm pretty sure now Tim is in the driving seat to win this race, unless penalties do take its toll. ILRT Matty then, I said about him, he's already moved up to 6th place. Puma's made no moves. Mr. Nathan and Danestar scrapping it out for 2nd place. Ben JS, crucially, gets a 3-second penalties. Puma as well, 3-second penalties. This is not the time where you want to get those when everyone is all bunched up. Mr. Nathan going basically wheel to wheel with Danestar, but we can't really see that. But look at Jayco. I said about this, the medium tyres on Ben JS are going to be 4 laps worse than Jayco right now, and Jayco actually closing in on Ben JS. He's going to hold out for the next straight, and you know what, Jamie? Jayco is on it right now, and maybe Jayco could sneak his way into the podium positions. That's a poor Wall of Champions though compared to Ben JS, who gets an amazing one up into 4th place, but still in this train, you know, and everyone has got it all to play for. Matty just behind as well on the soft tyres. He's made it last, Jamie, and you know what? He's still in the fight for this. And the 2 Williamses, 2 McLarens, and 2 Alphas make it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the moment, which is quite incredible to see. I'm not gonna lie. For all constructors, though, that means quite a lot for all of them. But in terms of the drivers, at this current point, I believe Ben JS retakes the lead of the championship, and then Danestar, depending on his position, will go 2nd place in the championship. But right now, he's battling with Mr. Nathan. We only see it for desync wise. This is going to be an insane run to the line for these two. Unfortunately, not in the way we would suppose. But Tim Wentic has definitely done it all today, and he promised me tonight that he will be winning this race. And you know what, Jamie? He has gone and delivered it, and he's going to deliver it in style as well, as Tim Wentic comes on the final corner and wins his first race of the season in AOR F4. Tim Wentic finishes first, Danestar second, Mr. Nathan third, and Jayco, like I said, Jayco up to 2nd place, Simu up to 2nd place there. I told you penalties are going to matter a huge ton, and look at that, the jumbled up podium we got. Tim Wentic first, Simu second, and Jayco in third. And I don't think Simu was anywhere. He was like down in like 7th or even 8th there. So he's moved up 6 positions to 2nd place. But we got to hand it to the Dutchman who's won his first race in AOR F4, Tim Wentic, who has actually developed quite a lot in these last 2 weeks. We could have seen him win last week in 2 weeks ago in Germany, but he's won tonight here in Canada. And maybe is this a charge for Tim Wentic, because he's now on the top of his game. And you know what, Danestar as well, it's going to be pretty unhappy about not getting that podium, but you know what, Danestar definitely showing tonight that he's got the pace to be at the top. But as I said though, he's not at the top, and I know who is at the top. It's Tim Wentic, who wins this race here in Canada. Everyone gets penalties except for Rich there, who did move up a bunch of positions up to 6th place. But Tim Wentic wins this race. Simu in 2nd, Jayco 3rd, Danestar in 4th, Mr. Nathan 5th, Richard 6th, Schnitzel 7th. Another consistent performance for the Red Bull driver. Mark, the championship leader, no more, down in 8th place. It now belongs, I believe, to Ben J. No, it doesn't belong to Ben JS, you know. I don't think it does. I think it actually does belong to Danestar, who is now on the top, because Ben JS has picked up a monster amount of penalties and has moved right down the field. So Danestar, now the lead of the championship. Tim Wentic wins his first race of the AOR F4 season. What a race we just saw, and everyone is happy, you know. You know what? Everyone's happy. Gavin is very happy with Tim, and I'm going to say this now, Jamie. What a race it was at the end there, and very, very unpredictable. But with that, Jamie, who is your driver of the day?
Well, very hard to say. I don't know. Probably Tim or Simu.
Tim, in my opinion, probably you'd say Tim, really, because he's been at the top, and I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of agree with you on that one. I cross my fingers today that Tim will win. I don't have bias over Tim, but I have been working with Tim a lot this week, and I'm very happy to see him on the top step of the podium for the first time of the AOR season, and hopefully he can prove it. So I will agree with you, Jamie, and the second one I would go for is actually Jayco, who brought it back to a podium, you know, and a brilliant result for the Williams driver and the Williams team as well, to get a podium there. But with that, Jamie, there's nothing more we can really say, and obviously we could just say now, join us back next week. It's been another thrilling, brilliant race here at AOR F4, and like I said earlier, just don't get discouraged by the name, because the action you see in this tier is absolutely amazing, recently especially. And obviously, like I said, join us next week where we'll be round the shortest track on the calendar, Austria, And of course, with 2 rounds left to go, anyone could win it. But Danestar at the moment on top of the pile, but we do have a lot of drivers getting ready to pounce on him. But with that, Jamie, it is the end of the stream now for tonight. And again, we'll see you next week in Austria. Good night.